friends, I'm Mason Green and I'm a part of the Cruise Science team at Tennessee Connections Academy. In today's video, we are going to be talking about substances and chemical reactions. So let's experiment. I placed a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of vinegar and noticed there's a lot of fizzing and bubbling. I know this is a chemical reaction. I started to wonder what would happen if I added a teaspoon of baking soda into other liquids. I asked myself, if I put baking soda into other liquids, will it fizz and bubble too? Which liquid will create the most fizzing? Are there liquids that will not fizz? For this experiment, I'm going to be using baking soda, a teaspoon, glass, and different liquids. The first liquid is going to be water. The second liquid is going to be milk. The third liquid is going to be vegetable oil, then coconut oil, apple juice, orange juice, and Coca-Cola. Let's start with my water. My hypothesis is that if I put 1 teaspoon of baking soda into water, then it will not fizz at all. Let's check it out and see if my hypothesis was correct. The baking soda did not fizz at all. Next, let's try the milk. My hypothesis is if I put 1 teaspoon of baking soda into the milk, then it will not fizz. Let's try to see if my hypothesis was correct. The milk did not fizz at all. Let's try vegetable oil. My hypothesis is that if I put 1 teaspoon of baking soda into vegetable oil, it will not fizz. Wow, correct again. My hypothesis is correct because the vegetable oil did not fizz. Let's try coconut oil. I have a feeling we're going to have the same result as we did with vegetable oil, but let's try again. Correct again! My hypothesis was correct because when I put baking soda into the coconut oil, it did not fizz. Let's move on to apple juice. If I put 1 teaspoon of baking soda into apple juice, I think it will fizz. Let's see what happens. Okay, I was correct. It did not fizz as much as the vinegar, but it did fizz. Okay, what about the orange juice? My hypothesis is that the orange juice will fizz. All right, I'm on a roll here. It looks like my hypothesis was correct again. The orange juice fizzed. Once again, not as much as the vinegar, but it did fizz. Now the last liquid, Coca-Cola. My hypothesis is that the Coca-Cola will fizz. Let's see. Wow, I was correct with all my liquids. The Coca-Cola fizzed. Now the experiment is done. I can draw conclusions. The first question I ask myself is, which type of liquids cause the baking soda to have a chemical reaction? What do these liquids have in common? The answer to that question is apple juice and orange juice and Coca-Cola all had a chemical reaction. The thing that these 3 items have in common is that they are acidic. Another question that I could ask myself would be, if another type of cooking oil was used, what would you expect to happen? And the answer to that is nothing. If it didn't work with vegetable oil or the coconut oil, I don't think it would work with any other type of oil. Now, if I were to use another type of vinegar, what do you think would happen? Again, I think that you would have the same reaction. The fizzing and bubbling of mixing vinegar with baking soda produces a chemical reaction when the acidic vinegar dissolves the baking soda particles and causes it to bubble. The independent variables for this experiment are different types of liquids. The dependent variable was the liquids reacted to the baking soda. The control variables were the amount of liquid in each cup and the amount of soda in each cup. Doing experiments at home is so much fun. I hope this video inspired you to do your own experiments at home too. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!
3, 2, 1.
My hypothesis was
Come on.
the fish.
Come back. Take a deep breath. We're running out of time.
Wow, correct with all of my hypotheses.
Hypothesis.
Hypotheses.